Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about grief, loss, and homeschooling through it all. So I do want to put out the content warning of miscarriage. So if you are triggered by that, if you have maybe suffered one recently and you just can't bear yourself to think or hear that word, then you might want to catch my next video. We're going to be talking about those very hard things today. So at the beginning of the month, you guys might have seen that I put out a community post just saying that I was going to be taking a week off because we were grieving. And so at the end of July, I found out that I was pregnant with our 5th baby, and oh my goodness, to say that we were all so excited is a complete understatement. My youngest daughter had been praying every single night for a baby, so this was going to be her baby, you guys. And then at the end of August, I started bleeding, and that resulted in a miscarriage. And to say that we are heartbroken there's not even words. And so I thought we would talk a little bit about that today, because it's not a question of if there's going to be a loss in your life that can affect your homeschooling. It's a question of when. And I don't mean for that to sound as dark as it does. And honestly, I didn't even know if I was going to post this video because it's such a private matter and such a heartbreaking matter, and I don't know if I'll get through this video without ugly crying. I'm already tearing up. But I know that as I've gone through this, God has blessed me with some of the best friends who have spoken to me about their own losses and who have seen me through mine. And just coming on here and seeing some other moms being strong enough to talk about their loss through their videos, that's really helped me. So hopefully this video can help one of you just to know that you're not alone, and that if you need to take time off of homeschooling so you can grieve the loss of your baby or somebody else that was close to you, that's okay. Recently I've been reading Homeschool Bravely, and I know that Jamie Erickson wrote it all about homeschooling, but I've taken a lot of what she has said, meaning of going towards homeschooling, as helping me to actually grieve this loss, because it is such a big loss. And one of the things that I really loved that she said is that sometimes homeschooling is more home than schooling, and sometimes it is more schooling than home. She says it a lot more articulate than I just said it, but basically you get the idea. And when we have to take a break, you guys, this happened all at the start of our homeschool year. We were gaining really good traction. The kids were loving their curriculum except for science, and we were just doing really well, and we were falling into a good routine. And when this happened, I couldn't even think about homeschooling for that first week. It was not only heartbreaking, but it was so physically painful. And then the following week, I was like, nope, we're just going to take another week off. And then the third week, I was starting to feel a little guilty, because not so much for my 4th grader, because I feel like he has a really good foundation. So even if we were to take a little bit more time off, he would be fine. I felt more guilty for my beginning reader, because she was starting to lay her foundation in numbers and phonics and reading and just all of those foundational skills that you need for learning. And we homeschooled for a few days that week, and then the following week I was just so sad. And prior to that week, my husband and I were talking, and usually he's the very strict, formal one who's like, nope, let's do this. And even he said, it's okay to take off another week. And it was like this this weight had been lifted off of me, because even he was in agreement that it's okay to take time off. And it's something that I know and that I preach here all the time, but you guys, like, when you're taking a month off and at the very start of your homeschool year, it can be very challenging no matter who you are. So we took that week off, and it was a blessing, and it was very much needed. So I just want to encourage you that it's okay to take time off. Maybe you're not suffering a loss. Maybe you're having health problems. Maybe one of your children is having health problems. It's okay to take time off. You're not going to fail them. Sometimes they are going to learn so much more from life than what they will in books. And learning is not always found in your academic books. You know, during the time that we took off, my children learned compassion. They learned grieving. They learned how to band together like a family. They learned how to take care of somebody who was not only heartbroken, but physically in pain. And they learned a lot. And they learned things that they would not learn in their math curriculum or their language arts curriculum or their history curriculum. They learned how to be people. They learned how to be future spouses. They learned how to be friends. And so if you're struggling with taking time off so that you can have time to grieve or mourn or just breathe, then remember that academics and learning, it's not always found in books. Sometimes it's just found through the simple moments of life. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who have commented and left prayers on that community post and messaged me that you are keeping our family in prayers. It has meant the world. And I'm just so grateful for all of you sweet, wonderful mamas out there. I hope that this video can help you to know that you're not alone, and help you in other ways, give you the permission to take time off if your heart needs that time off, and to know that it is okay. You're not going to fail them, and that sometimes your homeschool is going to be more home than school, and that is okay. That is it. I will see you guys again later. Bye.